Guys, he is back. Yes, he is back. It's not Toofy, it's not Destroyer, it's our homie Orange Donald Trump. Bro is just dropping back to back to back nukes on everyone. So few days ago, Donny got the rizz on Canada, Greenland, Mexico, not Mexico. So once he become the president, all this country will be the part of USA. And I have a small request for Donald Trump. Please announce Europe is not a continent. Let me explain you how. Look at this world map. Here is a North America, entire land surrounded by water, we can call it continent. Here is the South America, entire land surrounded by water, we can call it continent. One penguin is over here, entire land surrounded by water, we can call it continent. One kangaroo over here, entire land surrounded by water, we can call it continent. Look at this Europe, only two sides is surrounded by water. So practically it is a part of Asia. So these people are not European, it is a West Asian people. So please Donald Trump, if you are watching this video, look into this matter on high priority. And now let's start the video with Keon where he talks about everything.
Apex only got 1 year left if they don't listen to the community. I kind of agree, dude. I could see year 5 being the last year of ALGS in Apex at the rate that it's going right now. 12K viewers, Apex might be cooked.
Double beaks now.
Yeah, they've been at 12K for a few like
well.
the last couple weeks.
Ammo.
Pretty bad, dude. When there's a bunch of games that come out with devs that give a shit about their game, but obviously they're not gonna be able to like compete. They're not gonna be able to compete with that like games that have developers that care about their game. So, we'll see if they don't change their ways of caring about their game within a year, dude. It's over for them. I think it's over for me. Over for me if it happens that way. I feel like if you're not like really good at the game, if I wasn't really good at this game, I would probably like just have like streamers up. I probably wouldn't play this game. Like, this game as a casual, I feel like is just really difficult to have fun in because you just get put up against pros every single game. Unless they change like pub matchmaking and then add like actual rewards to playing the game. It's not even the problem. No, there's a ton of problems. That's one of the problems, but it's not deep. It's obviously not the biggest. My problem is finding teammates. I still think your masters have done well in circuits, semis, and quarterfinals. Can't find a consistent 3. Things that I mean, you can like at the beginning you could like complain about like not having teammates, but like I found teammates by solo queuing. So it's like if you're just solo queuing and you're like not inviting people that are decent,
I have this weird feeling
after every game that like you do well with them, like that's like kind of your problem. Because like when I was solo queuing and when I first got the PC, I would solo queue, and anytime I'd get someone that like played the even if they weren't fragging, but they just were playing like around me well, I would just invite them to my party. Like I'd send them a friend request and I'd invite them and I'd play with them. Like, and then they would know one person, and then that person would know one person, and that person would know one person, and then now I had like squads anytime I got on, dude. So if you're like just solo queuing and not networking, like you're obviously not gonna find new people to play with. But like when I used to solo queue, and when I do solo queue, like I still sometimes add people. Like Kizo, for example. Kizo comes to my stream. Like I met him solo queuing like a couple seasons ago. Like, I think he's pretty good. Like if I needed one like on a day and he was on, and I like whatever, like I would hit him up to play, dude. And he's always solo queuing. So there's good people that solo queue. It's like it's on you to like impress them and them to impress you. And then if you like have an effect on each other, then you can add them and like they'll actually want to play. Now it's not gonna happen every single game that you get good teammates, but like if you solo queue enough, like I promise you I could find 2 teammates, get them on my friends list today. But like I promise you if I solo queue today, I could find 2 brand new people to play with. Did I meet Watson from solo queue? So I met Watson because I solo queued a fuck ton on Xbox. I met a ton of people on Xbox, and when I swapped the PC, only one person from Xbox knew someone that played PC. Her name was Leonessa, and Leonessa knew Blur Flavors, and Blur Flavors knew Watson. And when I met them, Watson didn't stream. Literally couldn't stream because his internet was so bad. Blur had like 9 viewers, and I had like 20 something viewers, and like we were terrible. Like we were all terrible. Like this was before anybody knew us.
He has to cross here. He has to cross here.
And so like I found my spot because of all the networking I did on Xbox.
He still has to cross.
And back then, dude, like you guys are like, oh yeah, like one of your first PC teammates was his Watson, but it's like I don't think you guys understand how bad his Watson was back then.
Are they even in over there? No, right?
I'm just going this way.
I killed that guy.
Grandis. Castle. Nice.
Yes.
When I first got the PC, dude, like me, Watson, and Blur Flavors were all three just terrible. Like I was the best one on the team by like pretty much like I was dropping like 4Ks there every 2K in like the old ranked, and like then like obviously like Watson is insane now, like probably one of the best players in the game if he wants to be. Obviously like trolls, but when we started playing, dude, we were egoed by literally everybody, bro. We were egoed by literally everybody. We would ask, dude, I got egoed by I'm Madness, dude. Me, Watson. I was number one pred. First time I was number one pred, and I asked, like, me and Watson were duo queuing, and we didn't, like, me and Watson would duo queue a lot as number one and number two pred, because we literally we couldn't get into like the pro scene. Like we couldn't break into like the pros to play with us. And then like, so like one day we were literally number 1 and 2, and we asked Madness to play, and he was like, you know what I mean? Like we got egoed by him, and then he was, then like later we asked him again, I think, and then he was like, what rank are you? And we're like number 1 and 2, and then he was like, you could tell he didn't want to play, but he was like, fuck it, like I'll play. Like you could tell, you know when you ask someone a question and you could tell, like you get the vibe that they don't really want to like give you that answer. That's how it was. It was the first time me and Watson were number 1 and 2 Dallas, and it was Madness. Like you're not ever gonna just find good teammates unless you network by solo queue. Like that's literally the only way. It's like one of the only ways. Like especially now, Fun FPS, dude. I ran into one of the first people I ran into on PC was Fun FPS. I was solo queuing pubs, and he was playing with low G's or whatever his name is. He was playing with low G's. It was him, low G's, and someone else, and they were just like vibing, having a good time, and they literally thought I was cheating. And so like after a few months running, like literally just always running into them in pubs and in ranked, I like hit up Fun. Like after obviously people knew who I was, and I was like, hey dude, like we need one. You want to play? All good if not. And then he would say like yes, no, and I'm like, okay, cool. Like actually insane. It's actually insane, dude. I don't know what new abilities would be cool for a new legend, but they need to start adding new legends every season again instead of every other season, because they're just lazy. And they need to start making legends that are actually played. They released Alter, and like one of the funnest characters to play in the game, and then made her terrible, and then reduced and then nerfed her, even though she was already a 2% pick rate. Like did you guys even, like, I don't know, like Alter is literally not even played.
Maybe I can see her if someone needs.
Yeah, honestly,
We go back.
what do we think? We need to add a legend every season now to bring the game back. We need to add a gun every other season, maybe even every season at this point, and then start vaulting different guns. At least in, I don't know, they can't vault guns because they've made too much money off of gun skins, but they definitely need to start adding guns like every 2 seasons or something. You know, definitely add a legend every season though, again, to make the game like actually good, or like at least like add something new. We're not just playing the same old bullshit. Start changing metas more often, releasing patch notes in game and out of game, at a live ranked leaderboard in game. Yeah, they're just milking the game. I think I actually low key think they're done with the game. Like they're just gonna keep trying to make as much money as possible. If the player base boycotts them and stops buying skins, they'll either have to let the game die, or they'll have to actually change their ways. But people just keep buying skins.
They set an energized zip over there behind us.
But it literally would take everybody to stop spending money on the game.
Died, killed that guy.
Non-popular opinion, it's a good game. The game itself is insane. Yes, the game itself, like Apex, is like insane. The mechanics and everything is such a good game. Like there's not another game like it that's as good. But the devs neglect the content in the game. Like the content that could be made from the game, and how big the player base could be. Like how the pure size and popularity of the game could be 20x what it is if the devs gave a shit more about the game. They have like the biggest, beefiest cow in the land, dude, in all the farms, man. Like they did, I don't know if they do still, but they had the biggest, beefiest bull, dude, that all the cows, dude, just, and every other farm just wants to be breeded with this fucking bull, dude, and they just, EA's just out here slapping away all the cows. But yeah, the game is insane, but the devs neglect the game way too much. This game could be 10-20 times the size of the player base it is now. What an odd moment to join the chat. That's just, I mean, this is the truth, dude. If you don't believe me, then I don't know, dude. Do you guys remember how good this game felt in comparison to every other first-person shooter when it came out, dude? It was just miles ahead of how nice it felt. You think the entering fee is too high now in ranked? No, it's not. It needs to be higher. It needs to be higher. It needs to be like -250s for masters and preds.
Let me know your thoughts on this video in the comment section, and if you are new here, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more interesting video. Hasta la vista, baby.